What's good, y'all? What's good? Y'all won't even believe what my last hour has been. Like, y'all just will not believe it. I was trying to go live on YouTube. That didn't work. Because down for connection. Y'all, I just cannot win for losing. Like, this is grand for me because I really stay committed to this thing. Yeah, y'all don't even understand like how committed I was to just making sure I air something tonight. Of course, I'm on CP time, baby. CP time ain't hurt nobody. Like, definitely on CP time because I was trying to figure so much out. Like, which means that I was not as prepared as I thought I was. And the reality is I wasn't. I was more prepared with content than I was with really execution of like putting the show on my platform. And so in that capacity, I let a lot of stuff slip through the cracks. But let me go and get comfortable because, baby, we're going to be here for a minute, right? So let's go ahead and get comfortable because, child, when I tell you, today has been a day. Like, today has been a day. So started off this morning, I got up, I prayed, and I was just like, God, it's going to be a good day, right? Like, I'm airing my show today. Like, everything is good. Just got paid. It's Friday night. I was feeling it, y'all, but car problems. Yep. And what I realized this week is if somebody is saying that they having car issues, get the hell away from them. Like, ASAP. Get away from them. I think car problems is just as contagious as a yarn right now. Because as soon as somebody tell you they got car problems, guess what started happening to you? You started having car problems. Literally, my coworker was just telling me, like, his wife having car problems, her dad having car problems, he was having car problems. I was good. Look up this morning thinking I'm having a good day. And then what happens? Car problems. On my way to work. Cars are just doing its own thing, baby. And my coworker was like, what happened? I was like, baby, I turned into a whole woman. I just kept driving. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm not a mechanic. I don't know what I'm doing. So that ain't got nothing to do with me. But what did have something to do with me is me getting a check. So I made sure I made my ass to work, clocked in, and got the hours today. So let's get into the chat. I'm so happy that you guys are here with me. Had to do this on the cat_the_stylist page because another thing that I was not prepared for was not being able to upload to YouTube, not being able to go live on YouTube, and then realizing that in the Cat with Chat Instagram page is very new. So I don't have over 100 followers. So if you don't have over 100 followers, you can't go live. Did y'all know any of these things? I didn't know any of these things. So all this is like really new to me. Like everything about this space is new to me. But we're doing it. Like we're doing it. And that is like literally what I want to talk about today was just getting started. So, again, if you're just joining us, welcome to In the Chat with Kat. This is a real unfiltered space where you will not be silenced, but you will be heard and you will be seen. So this is the best space for you to ever engage in because there is no judgment here, baby. This is definitely we listen, we don't judge. Now, my side eye, but we ain't judging. Okay. So I'm so glad that you guys could join me tonight because it's Friday night, baby. What Glow said? 7 p.m. Friday. Period. So, oh, baby, no, my drink did not. So I'm not promoting them at all, but we have our mixed cocktail. Let's see what you guys are drinking in the chat. Maybe I'm on that tequila. Right? So we are having a good time with that tequila. Okay? But nonetheless, so starting is really like the hardest part, I think, for all of us, right? And like even for me, starting is very, very hard. Like starting this podcast was so hard, y'all. I was supposed to do this podcast in the Chat with Kat, let's just say a good 5-6 years ago. Like before I even moved back to Atlanta, I was supposed to start this podcast. Why I did not start it, like, it could be a number of reasons, but what I kept telling myself was, I'm not ready because I don't have equipment, I don't have the right sound, I don't have, like, I had a lot of excuses, I ain't gonna even lie. Like, and I think that's the easiest space, I think, when there's a lot of fear there, right? And, like, for me, one thing I did not want to admit is that I really just feared it not being likable, right? Like, who wants a podcast where nobody listens and it's not likable? And one thing I realized is, as I'm getting older, or what should I say, wiser, right? I'm getting up there, right? Is I really don't care what people think. I really don't care what I put in this world. If a person likes it, dislikes it, I don't care. Like, only thing I care about is if you like your hair, and that's because you're paying me. But if you wasn't paying me and I was doing you as like a model, I wouldn't care. As long as I got what I needed from that, which is like probably like the expertise or the space of feeling challenged. But I probably would not care if you were not paying me. So, in that capacity, like in the chat with Kat, was one of those things where I'm just like looking at society, looking at a lot of people like going through. A thing that was really sticking out to me was like a lot of people were really like creating harm to themselves. Or like we just seen the story earlier with some rapper, Richie something, and his ex-girlfriend, I guess, where she was like exposing him for like basically like, you know, certain types of sexual acts. And, you know, she kind of exposed herself too, because her thing was like, I didn't really care for the dude, but I was just in it for a bag. And so like their story has a whole lot of layers, I'm learning, because I've also heard that she was 16, he was 25. So their situation got a lot of layers, but we ain't gonna get into that in this chat right now. But we're gonna keep the chat going, but we're not gonna get into that. We'll talk about that another time. But it was just one of those things of like, so many people feel like, and I'm going to the space of how people responded to what she was doing and what she was doing. Cause like I said, she was exposing him. And a lot of people was like, it's so crazy how people are willing to do anything just to have like certain designers or to have a certain aesthetic or to have a certain lifestyle. And it's one of those things where it's just like, you really have to adapt the reality and space of not caring what people think about what you do. Because if you continue to care, you will never really live for you. And you have to remember, you are the main character. And as the kids say, baby, you are the birthday. Right? So if you're the birthday, you're the main character, baby, the program is all about you. So it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks or says in your program. Because guess what? You're the CEO of your program, baby. Like, so nobody really has a say so but you. Because another thing that I've realized too is nobody experiences us the same. Like, you can talk to 5 of your different good friends or family members and ask them, like, what's your experience with me? And I guarantee you all of them say something different. Like, some of them might call you the bougie cousin. Some of them might call you the rich cousin. Some of them might call you the poor cousin. Be like, you don't never got nothing. And you be like, yeah, because I'm always giving to this person. But it's just like those realities that these are reasons why you should not care what people think. Like, I'm so for real, y'all. You should really not care what people think. You need to do what you need to do for you. And so that brings me to like what I was saying earlier. Our topic of discussion today is just like getting started. Like, I was supposed to start this podcast years ago. Ain't no telling. And I will never know because I did not do what was in my heart to do at the time because I had all these different layers of fear. Right? And so that is the space that you want to really attack. Is like, how do I get to this space to where I can move past this? Like, I can really just get started. And it's like, what starts getting in the way? And like I said, fear for me, like after I dig deep and really looked into a lot of different layers, I realized that fear was the underlying layer. But on the surface, I was definitely telling myself that, you know, I need this type of equipment. I need these things. And I think too, you guys, like if I'm being very transparent, I was really big on telling myself I needed a co-host. Like, I kept telling myself, like, I need a co-host. Like, I need a co-host. I need a person that's going to do this with me. Like, I don't want to just do it alone. And it was more so because when I was with TCW Radio, like, I had 3 other co-hosts. And so there was always somebody to bounce off of you. And then too, like, even though like what was crazy is I created all the content for that platform and that show. All they had to do was just kind of like give their like opinion, but I layered the layout and the content of the show. So that was a crazy part for me. Even like when I had the realization or more so epiphany, like with this show, is like, you really don't need anybody. You just want to have somebody there so you feel like that comfort. But your listeners, your followers, like the people that engage with you on it will be your co-hosts. So I had to really, really like get past that layer. Like, how do I make these people my, like co-hosts? How do I make them feel like this is a space they can engage? They can feel welcome to kind of like share their opinions. So that's something like I'm really looking forward to. Like, I'm really looking forward to like engaging with the people that's listening, that's tuned in, that's chiming in. I'm really looking forward to just growing in that space with different people. And I think too, another thing for me that was like a real block was the pressure, I guess. It was like the pressure, like I think not even a failing, because like I think too, I won't say I've grown accustomed to failing, because I think that's probably like why I fear failing so much. But because, and when I say that, I mean, typically because in my Virgo mind, like I really have laid out everything. So I don't really run into failure as often as I should, right? And I'm saying that not to sound cocky, but more so because like I really go out of my way to make sure that I'm over prepared in situations so that I cannot run into a big space that I fear, which is fear, right? Which I'm so sorry, y'all. Like, that is crazy to me because, like, that is crazy. I fear fear. Like, that is crazy to me. But that is, like, that's real, right? That's real. Like, I fear fear. And most people do fear fear. But the fear that I think I will speak for my society, I think we fear is a fear of success sometimes, because we know that there is another layer of, showing up, another layer of standard, another layer of being fully committed. It means that when we add these different layers, we're taking away those spaces where we can kind of like fuck off. Like, let's be real. Right? Like, we can chill, like everybody wants to get home and just chill. But those people that really want it, they get home and they have a routine. They have a commitment. And those are the people that just instantly, like, they truly are Nike. Like, when I say Nike, I mean, they just do it. Like, they just do it. Like, nothing is preventing them from doing it, getting started. But then you have people like me and you, where it's like, I want to do this thing. Like, I kind of know and I'm able to identify what's preventing me. And like, even to, like, I didn't mention this earlier, but sometimes finances can be a thing. But I'm going to say this, with considering the space that we're in with having so many resources, finances isn't really a thing as much as we make it a thing. Because, like, if you truly use all of your resources, like, you don't need finances as much. Like, once you really, like, peel back that layer of, like, okay, how do I do this? How do I do that? Like, how can I execute this? You can literally use any resource we have. You have YouTube University. You have ChatGPT. One of my homeboys just told me about Gemini because I was telling him I needed to do something, like, literally for this podcast. And he was like, use Gemini. And I'm like, I ain't really got into Gemini. Like, that's just a preference. But it doesn't mean that that's not a resource I cannot use or I don't have access to, right? And so in that space, like, that's one of the things where you have to wonder, okay, I'm identifying what's preventing me from stopping. I know what it is that I want to do, but like, will I get to a breaking point? Like, what is the straw that's going to break the camel's back for you to get started? Right? Like, what is the thing that needs to happen for you to get started? And these are real questions I'm asking you guys. Like, you can definitely engage in the comment section. Like, what needs to happen for you to feel like, okay, I'm going to do the podcast. Okay, I'm going to start the foundation. Okay, I'm going to become an entrepreneur. Okay, I'm going to go back to school. Like, what needs to happen for you to feel like, okay, I'm just going to do it? Like, that's the real question. Like, that is the question of the hour right now. What needs to happen for you to feel like, okay, I'm just going to do it? Like, I'm just going to do it. Like for you to just have that day where you just realize, and it's like, if I just keep waiting, I'm really wasting time. And the only person's time I'm wasting is mine. And like Les Brown, you guys, I'm not sure if you guys listen to motivational speakers, but Les Brown is definitely one of my favorite motivational speakers. Listen to him every morning that I can. And one of the things that he says that like really stands out to me is like, God gave you that dream. God gave you that vision, and you're going to let it die with you? Like, what if you are the thing that we needed to do that? Like, there is literally someone relying on you to show up in your blessing so they can be blessed. Like, that's true. Like, that's true. And, like, you'll keep hearing the voice. It's not going away. Like, I promise you, if it's meant for you to do, you will keep hearing the voice. It's not going away. Like, you can try to ignore it. Like, you can really try to ignore that thing, but it's not going away, y'all. Like, I promise you, it's not going away. Like, and it's going to suck because it's going to, as you get older, I cannot think what theory it is, but in psychology, they have like different things, like theories, you know, like Freud's versus whatever. And one of the theories is like at a certain age, you have like this regret versus remorse situation. And trust me, I'm talking mostly to the younger people, or the people that still got time to make whatever dream it is or whatever it is that you want to do happen. Like, that voice is going to be in your head. That feeling is going to be in your heart. That's what you meant to do. You need to do it. And like, now I'm about to sound like Whoopi Goldberg, because like, that was one of my favorite scenes in Sister Act 2. Like, when she was talking to Lauryn Hill, and she was like, if you wake up in the morning and all you think about is singing, you supposed to be a singer, girl. And like, y'all, I'm telling you, like, that is true. Like, if you wake up in the morning, this is when I realized too, like, and this is going to hair, that I was meant to be a hairstylist. Like, it was a point to where I would wake up in the morning, I would be looking at videos about hair. And I go to sleep at night looking at videos about hair. I only want to talk about hair. Like, everything was hair, hair, hair. It was my products. It was the hair texture. It was like everything was hair. And I was just so in love with it. Like, and I still am, but not as much as I was, like, when I started. And, like, that is when, like, I remember my Aunt Sean, bless her soul, my late Aunt Sean, when she had the conversation with me, because I got kicked out of hair school because your girl was not doing what she needs to do. I was not. I'm not going to lie, y'all. It's like, damn, we get out of hair school. Talk to your hairstylist. I'm pretty sure she got dropped too. Like, it's just something that happens in hair school. You get dropped. Like, but needless to say, I got dropped. But my Aunt Sean definitely, like, you know, put the foot in my ass to get me back in the know. Because her thing was, your uncle was a barber, your granddaddy was a barber, your grandmother was a barber, your mama did hair. Like, she was like really laying it on. She was like, girl, you were meant to do hair. And like, when she was pouring into me, y'all, like, I felt it. Like, I felt it. And I had already was feeling it, because like, even the day that Miss Sarah called me and told me I got dropped, like, my heart sunk. Like, my heart sunk and like past my stomach, my vagina. But, you know, but it did, y'all. It did. I was so sick, sad, and hurt. I was like, and it was more so not because of me. Like, this is at the time where I came back from Atlanta. I ended up going to hair school. My granny was sick, but at the time, she wasn't sick. When I got dropped is when, like, I think that week was when we probably went through the most with her. We had to rush her to the hospital and everything. So in that was one of the reasons why I ended up missing so many days of school. Like, she was sick. She was living with me. She was going through Alzheimer's and dementia. And it was a lot, y'all. I was 26, I want to say, at the time. And I was trying to figure out life. I had just moved back from Atlanta. My granny was sick. I was working full time. I was in school. I was taking clients. I was doing radio. I had the TCW radio at the time. And so it was a lot for me, but I was trying to push through. But the more my granny was declining, the more it was kind of declining me. And so that was one of the things too. But, getting back on our topic. So what causes that shift, right? What causes that breaking point? You just grab your phone and you hit record, right? In the space of a podcast. But even in this space, it was a lot of things working against me, right? So we couldn't get the YouTube channel up. We couldn't go live on YouTube. We couldn't post the pre-recorded videos that we had. Came to Instagram and tried to go on the page in the chat with Kat. Could not go live because I don't have 100 followers. Which, hey, understandable. There are the rules. Rules are rules. Hey, can't break them. Came to this page and decided we're going to still do it. Right? This page has nothing to do with In the Chat with Kat. I've shared the content on here because that would be dumb not to. But it has nothing to do with In the Chat with Kat. However, I have to do what I have to do because I didn't make just a commitment to myself. I made it to you guys publicly. When I said I'm going to be doing this, I'm going to be doing this at this time, I'm going to be doing this on this day and this hour, I got to do it now. And I think that's the beauty about telling people so that they can hold you accountable and they can run it back and be like, hey, I thought you was going back to school. Or, hey, I thought you was going to go and get your certification at XYZ. Or, hey, are you still working on your business plan to do da-da-da-da? To me, I feel like that it was, for me, that's what created the shift. Like, a lot of times, too, you have to have those affirmations of reminding yourself, like, it's not going to be perfect, right? You may have to restart a few times. Because when I tell y'all, I went from platform to platform to platform, and then I even had that 5-minute space of, like, but do I go live on TikTok? Because I have more, I think I got about the same amount of followers, but I have more movement on TikTok right now. But it just made sense to try to do this platform, right? So, and I think that's what I probably could have done. Oh, my bad, y'all. Those my notes. Was try to add. I think that's what I was saying. And then that's the thing too. You're gonna have some trial and error. You're gonna have trial and error, y'all. It's going to be trial and error. It's going to be situations where you're trying to figure it out. But you just keep going. Like, that's literally like the whole conversation of today. Just get started and keep going. And then it's like what it feels like, right? So what does it feels like when you just get started? Initially, like I said, today with my situation, it wasn't feeling good, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. It was not feeling good. It wasn't feeling good to not be able to upload my content. First, I had the issues with Canva. So that didn't feel good. And I had like 8 hours to work on that. Didn't feel good to be in the 7th hour and it's still not coming together. And then I got home and I'm trying to set up everything and the YouTube is doing its funky thing. I'm like, oh my God. Right? Like, it's like everything is working against me. And it's like, I could have easily said, see, this is why it wasn't meant to do. This is why I shouldn't have done it. This is why I haven't did this. But, in life, if you're not trying, the devil ain't got no work. I'm just going to say that, okay? Because to me, that's what I truly believe. Even like I said, starting to show off with just like having a car issues. It's like, I woke up this morning, y'all. I was happy. I was praying. I was talking to God. I was talking to people. I was like, hey, we happy. I made my coffee, all that other stuff. And things just kept spiraling. But one thing I will say that I'm proud of myself is I didn't go with them. Like, they went out there. Hey, I'm doing a show this evening. Hey, I ain't mad about nothing. Like, that was literally the energy I just kept giving it. But at the end of the day, like, I think to, even like in this moment, like, so this has been my advice to you, is to just get started. Because even in this moment, like, this is not at all how I thought this would go, as far as In the Chat with Kat. But the fact that I actually did it, I feel good. Like, I feel good. I'm thankful to my viewers. Like, it's 2 of y'all. But I don't care if it was 2,000. Like, I appreciate you both for tuning in, for staying here this time with me. And then I think, too, my biggest thing is just, even with you leaving this show, just ask yourself, what is it that I need to just get started on? And don't even go into the why haven't I got started, because that's what's going to stop you. So just stay at the, what is it that I said I want to do in this life and I haven't got started? And tonight, if you can, or tomorrow morning, start, baby. Start. Don't question it. Just start it. I don't care what it looks like, because it ain't going to be or go, nothing is planned. I don't care how much preparation you put in it. And that's why I said, too, even in this situation, I put a lot of preparation this week. Like making the flyers, making the content. I made a whole script. I did everything. And I still ended here. So I'm saying that to say, just get started. Right? In closing, I just want you guys to know that, starting isn't really about being ready. Sadly. I just feel like it's about you just deciding to no longer just sit in life. Right? Like, we see people all the time that is not as qualified. But the beauty and the difference in them and us is they said, I'm going to go for it. And they did. And imagine that that's really what separates the winners and losers in life. Is those that said, I'm going to try it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to start. Have way more opportunity than those that say, I need to do this first. I got to make sure this is done. I got to add this. I got to have this. And they never start. Not making it up, y'all. And before we meet again, which will hopefully be Sunday, you guys, and I have more things figured out. But before we meet again, I want you to sit with this, right? If you knew you could do anything, right? Anything. You knew you could do anything. And you could not fail. You would not fail. It's not even a possibility that you could fail. What would that be? What would that be? That's it. I don't want you to hold it in. Share it with us in the comments. And if you're too shy, because I know we got some introverts here, right? You too shy. DM me. I want to know. Like I said, this is not a space to where you don't have to feel like you're not going to be heard or you're going to be judged. Again, I say you be side-eyed. You will be side-eyed. But you won't be judged. But this is definitely a space to where you can connect, you can engage, and you can feel like you're a part of the conversation. So, in a nutshell, I will see you guys Sunday. And on Sunday, I'm going to see The Devil Wears Prada 2 because it's one of my favorite movies, y'all. Like, that is one of my favorite movies. Like, I watch it all the time. I'm going to see it. And we're going to circle back to the group chat and talk about imposter syndrome and destiny swapping. I keep hearing about these two topics. Don't really know a lot about both of them. But from what I read, it's interesting to say, like, me being the writer that I am, I definitely see The Devil Wears Prada. I'm seeing some of the stuff, from destiny swapping and imposter syndrome. I'm seeing those two things, like, really highlighted and The Devil Wears Prada. Like, I don't know about 2 because this is going to be my first time seeing it. I'm super excited. I am going to dress up. So I want to do me like maybe a little YouTube video. Yeah, I feel like a Puerto Rican. But yeah. So I am going to dress up and be all cute and go to the movies and see that. And then I'm going to circle back with you guys in a group chat on Sunday night and see if you guys could answer that question. Like, if you could do anything and know you could not or would not fail, what would that be? What would you do? Right? So again, thank you guys for joining me in the chat. I'll see you guys soon.